You are listening to Maximum Pew Pew, an actual play RPG podcast. Maximum Pew Pew follows continuous storylines and are meant to be enjoyed from the beginning. This episode follows the Jewel of the South storyline and may contain spoilers from the Tales from the Loop and Our Friends the Machines books published by Fria Ligan and Modiphius Entertainment. The following segments may contain mature themes and adult language. In this episode, the kids make plans for a rainy Friday afternoon.
J104.5, Greg Wyatt in the morning, and thank goodness it is Friday. Today's top story. Parts of Mercer County are expected to get an additional half-inch of rain today as the precipitation shows no signs of relenting for at least a few more days. The WHAJ AccuWeather forecast is calling for rain through the weekend, with flooding already being reported in some of the valleys in the area. Also, a reminder to parents, Mercer County is on a half-day schedule just in case you didn't know why your kids begged you to stay home today. Keep an eye open for the little ones and pay attention to those stop signals. Let's keep the hits coming this morning for your drive to work. This is Michael Jackson's Thriller. Today's hits and yesterday's favorites. J104.5.
This is kind of a living, breathing campaign as much as one can be in alternate history, Princeton, West Virginia. But there are other kids kind of wandering about, but you guys are your own clique in this particular case. So we have Marianne, Börje, Torvi, and Mills. You guys go to... What were the ages, by the way, just for...
15.
15 for Marianne. Börje?
12.
12. Okay, so you're on the lower end. Torvi?
13.
13. And Mills?
I went 13.
13. So it's possible that Mills, Torvi, and Börje are kind of in the same grade. Marianne's sort of on that, the older end, maybe
Weirdo.
like ninth grade. Maybe like the ninth grade, seventh grade kind of like spectrum there. But, you know, junior high is when you can get a little bit of mixing that way anyway, because some of the classes are just sort of like that. So you all know each other from middle school and have created some type of bond with one another. One thing that the game asks about is like a hideout, or sort of like hangout where you guys sort of pick to meet up, like where you all are sort of do your friend stuff. So what do you think about you guys? Where do you guys hang out?
Fort in the Woods or treehouse?
See, I was thinking since I'm the weirdo, you know, my parents also have a little bit of money, and you know that's why I don't like hanging out with other people, because they just want my money. So I have this like little hideout that's in like the backyard, but our backyard's like 5 acres. No, it's like 20. No, I'm sorry. It's like 20 acres, and so you know it's out there, and that's where we go because we don't want to be around people.
So
don't you think?
That could work.
So you've got like a hideout. Like what type of like a playhouse that you got built like several years ago?
It's like
or...
a miniature cabin.
Okay.
Is this like the treehouse from Ernest Scared Stupid?
I don't.
It's been a while since I've seen that.
But it's like a little miniature cabin that was built.
Halloween, man.
It was a little miniature cabin that was built for me because you know I like to be out and away from people.
Does it have like potable running water or something?
It does. It has running water and electric.
Oh, that's not a cabin.
So I can see, so I can draw.
So yeah, they probably ran like a line with like 2 outlets or something like that, just so you have like a light and stuff, you know, and you know,
a fan when it gets hot in the summer.
Right, and you know, running water, just probably like a water hookup outside, maybe like nothing too terribly crazy. Like maybe it used to be a little gardening shed or something like that you know, Mom used, but Mom decided she didn't want to garden anymore. So, you know, something like that. So, you guys have basically your hideout here. Nice sizable area. I mean, we can say like kind of like similar to like this alcove maybe. Like it's pretty sizable for you know, for 4 kids kind of have fun. Maybe some old hand-me-down furniture, futons, something like that, or just like a lawn chairs.
Old furniture once they got the leather.
We need a name for the hideout.
Oh, you want a name for the hideout? Okay.
Yes. Did you have something in mind?
No, I had nothing in mind. It needs a name.
Should be the dragon's lair.
I like that. I like that.
Totally on board.
It's the dragon's
100%.
lair.
Okay, so you've got
Yay.
the dragon's lair.
Oh,
Because I've drawn I've painted dragons
already-
after you guys have came into hanging out with me, and we named it the Dragon's Lair.
And it came out in '83.
Because I can draw really, really realistic. I painted a bunch of dragons on like the inside with some of my paint.
Yeah, so the hideout is the dragon's lair, which is a cabin on Marianne's family's property. So it's nice and private. You don't really have to worry about people like breaking in or anything like that. I don't want to go too much into the other kids really, because a hideout is supposed to be like this secret place that only they know about, so I won't really talk about that. But it's going to be very hard for people to know about your hideout unless you talk about it. So you can talk about the dragon's lair in code and everybody knows about it, but they really can't find it because they'd be trespassing super hard if they did
Like
try to.
armed security outside.
Like I said, my parents have a little bit of money.
So, okay, so we've got a hideout. Let me set the scene. It is the fall of 1986. School is in session, and it has been raining nonstop for about 2 weeks now. It has been miserably wet. Stafford Drive, which is kind of like the main stretch in Princeton. I don't know if you'd be able to. It's probably like that bold one right there. Yeah, it's like the
Okay.
main stretch. Like all your restaurants, the high school, the Votex Center, the stadiums that we talked about earlier, some department store shops. All these things are on Stafford Drive. After it notoriously flooded, like, you know, enter to a standing water in some places. Like, that's when you know it's rained a lot in Princeton, is when Stafford Drive has all the standing water. And there's just, like, nothing you can do about it. It's just there. Princeton Senior High School, the Board of Education is now realizing why they got that land for so cheap. It's because it used to be a marsh area. So all of the, like, grassy area in front of the high school, and they've paved a lot of it, so it's not much, but, like, anything grassy is just standing water now because it just will not stop raining in Princeton right now. You're getting close to like a long weekend because it's one of the like early out days on a Friday, and you guys have thought about maybe having some type of plans or anything. And one thought was maybe just have like a little sit in and watch a movie. The only problem is that the only movie place in town, the Movie Gallery, was raided a few weeks ago by the PTA of all people. It was a pretty high profile situation that happened, but for the most part everything seemed to be resolved. It's just part of like the, you know, this moral panic that the PTA was having, and like they were just like really kind of like cracking down on bad materials at this movie place. And
so did they have like MTV showings there? Because that's been a problem.
it was like it was mainly like horror movies that they were really going after. Anything with like scary content, violent content, sexual content, anything like that. That was kind of like the target. And the actual owner and manager of the movie place, she's been kind of on vacation for a while as a result, because this kind of like hit her all of a sudden that this was happening. Her name was Ellen Woods. But talk is that she's going to be coming back in town within the next few weeks and getting the movie store back up and operational. So as a result, like, movies have been kind of hard to come by, and it's been a little bit boring in the fall, especially with it like raining and everything. So it's like can't really do much outside because it's raining and it's fall. It's just a lot of just like cabin fever setting in right now, and there's not even like a movie place to even get movies. So what's happening is that there's been this market for bootlegs. So there's been a lot of bootleg movies kind of like going around right now because like there's no other way to get your fix in this town right now because of the issues that they've had at the movie store. So that's kind of what's going on at the moment. And you guys had already determined you'd want to have like a movie night. It's an early out Friday, like a perfect opportunity to be able to do something like this. So, what we're going to do is, the first thing we do is we're going to introduce the kids, and we've sort of introduced the mystery. So we're going to go around. You're going to volunteer. You're going to tell us, you're going to introduce your kid and tell us like a day in the life. So everybody's going to be going to school here soon. So tell me about your morning routine, how you get to school, what you do before you get to school, all that stuff. Just paint us a picture about this character. Tell us about the family. Are there siblings, parents, anything like that? And I'll take whoever wants to volunteer to go first.
Okay.
Okay, so Marianne, tell us about Marianne's morning ritual.
Hi, I'm Marianne. I tend to be kind of shy and just weird because my parents have had money for so long, and I don't like it. So my mom always tries to dress me up with all these fancy clothes, so I just end up wearing sweats all the time. Like, I just sweatpants and a sweatshirt, and or a t-shirt, because I can't help it. And I wear these pigtails down the side because my hair is curly and it's always out of the way, and just like braids can just keep it out of my face. And in the morning I just kind of stagger down, and get some breakfast, and just make sure I have my drawing pad. Then I go to school, and when I can, I even draw on the papers, because I can't stop drawing. I always like to draw, and I have to have my drawing pad with me, or else I don't feel right. And then after school, I'll go out to my cabin, and I'll draw stuff like random, little creatures going around, or flowers, or dead things. And that's about my day.
As one does.
Yes.
So your morning routine, so you kind of wake up,
I just stagger down.
go stagger downstairs. Mom or dad awake at that time, or?
My mom's typically awake at that time because, she thinks it's important for us to have breakfast together. So she's always downstairs. Even though, she could easily get somebody to cook for her, she wants to have that family feel of cooking a meal for us. And so I like to eat a big breakfast because, it's the most important meal of the day, as my mom says.
Okay. Is there any type of conversation that happens? I imagine Marianne's mom tries to force conversation at breakfast, and it doesn't go too well.
She'll ask me, she'll be like, well, didn't you wear the dress I put out for you the night before? It's so pretty. I even put out the jewelry for you to wear, and I come downstairs wearing my sweats because that's what I feel comfortable in. I don't want to dress up. It's too much. I don't want people to think I'm the rich girl. I live as me.
So Marianne, the 15-year-old girl, her mother is still trying to dress her right now, just because that's...
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't like it.
So, Mom take you to school?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Mom drives me to school because she doesn't want me to ride the bus. She thinks it's dirty.
well, that's another thing, too, is for your family to live where they are with that amount of property in Princeton, you got to kind of live on the outskirts a little bit, not super far out,
You'd have
but
to walk quite a bit to get to a bus.
yeah. So it's probably good that Mom's taking you to school. So that's how Marianne wakes up in the morning. So who would like to introduce their character next?
I can go.
Okay.
Is there a lake anywhere around?
A lake. Let me think. Most of the bodies of water are actually going to be over closer to Bluefield. That's that's on the... Yeah, I know exactly where that is. That's on the other side of I-77, and I know exactly where that is. And I've actually went camping there once because the friend of a friend was property owner.
I'd like to bike pretty much everywhere, so I would need to live somewhere that would be a possibility.
Okay. So no, that's fine, because that area is actually residential / agricultural, so it would be possible to be kind of like a landowner there. So your parents would likely either need to be in agriculture or something that requires a lot of land, like horses, livestock, farming, something like that. If that's
Okay, that's probably not gonna. I live in town somewhere.
okay,
Sorry.
that's fine.
Let's see. Basically, I'm a rocker, so I try to wear a lot of black and shredded things. My usual MO is like a black blazer, black shredded pants, combat boots, and a white shirt that says milk on the front.
Okay.
Just milk. I try to wear that as often as possible, but I do have to wash it every now and again. I have like a Def Leppard shirt to wear in the interim. But I pretty much always wear the same outfit if I can. I have a side shave.
Like the undercut type thing
Like
going
just a
on.
side shave. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like the rest of it is this curly fro of sort of like dark red hair.
Gotcha.
So I wake up in the morning and try to make sure I'm appropriately scroungy. Grab a couple cassette tapes in my Walkman, make sure I've got the batteries,
Okay.
and go grab some toast or something on my way out the door, because my parents are usually... my dad works nights and my mom's like probably trying to make food, but she's not really morning sentient, so...
Okay, so it's like maybe Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's like, I love you, okay, bye.
So, any siblings for
I have an
Torvi?
older brother.
You got older?
Older brother, yeah.
Okay, older brother.
Yeah.
I kept saying that as you were saying it, so like, crap, I didn't catch it.
Yeah, what? Yeah, what?
So you've got an older brother. Cool. Now, I'll go back to Marianne. Are you only child?
Only child.
Okay,
I
I
get spoiled rotten and
kinda-
overbearing mother.
Kind of got that vibe from the way you were sort of describing
Yep.
what's going on there. But mom and dad are both still in the picture for both of you. Okay, cool. All right. So
Dad's out a lot though. Because
Out
that's
a-
why we have money. He's like a CEO of
Gotcha.
some kind of company.
So-
I don't know that much. I don't want to know.
so gotcha.
I don't
Good.
wanna know.
Yeah. So dad works nights. Gotcha.
There's like a plant or a factory or something.
Plenty of that. And I mean, I can pull from personal experience. My dad worked like second shift with like a mining manufacturing company like out in that area. So like, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay. So who next?
Just go around the table.
All right.
All right. Mills is, I'm going to say, probably a slightly larger for your, average middle schooler at the time. People probably thought he should be in sports and probably tried pushing him that way, but I don't think he had any interest in it.
Okay.
So instead, he turns to books. He's a big fan of reading fantasy. Raymond D. Feist, Pierce Anthony, all of those, huge fan. His normal day is probably he wakes up, it's a quiet house, and he goes to the fridge, sees a sticky note on the front that says, "It goes in the freezer. I'll be back late. Love, brother."
Okay.
Their parents are gone, disappeared a year ago.
Oh wow. Okay.
Doesn't really know. At least Mills doesn't. Has tried to get info. No one seems to want to talk about it. He's currently being raised by his brother, who is 16 years older than him.
Oh wow. Okay.
So, a bit of an age gap there. His brother is actually a state park ranger for Pipestem.
Okay. Yeah. Pretty close by. Got it.
Yeah. That's what I was looking up. It's 30 minutes away.
Yeah. Pipestem is very close by. That would be very reasonable to pull off.
So, basically, not too social. Likes to kind of just stay, is by himself a lot. So picked up reading sort of just as a sort of hobby, and, loves fantasy, loves seeing new worlds and places, just sitting in his room and, being able to do all these fun adventures and things, still kind of from safety. But I think as he's growing older, he's wanting to sort of get out there and, experience some things for himself. So
Right. Well,
that's kind of what pushed him into this group.
gotcha. Okay. And now, Börje.
My name is Börje Christopher, but some people, like I myself, call me the nickname of Laser. That's Laser with a Z. And we moved here when I was about 4 or 5 from Germany. when I wake up in the morning, it is very early. My father is reading the paper before he goes to work. Mom is making me breakfast. When I leave, we are living very close to the school, so I make it to the school earlier than the other kids, so I spend some of my morning in the computer lab playing Organ Trail or Number Munchers, Super Munchers. That's how I learned how to speak good English. But people still make fun of my accent. Anyway, I'm the smartest kid in school, so I pay attention in class, and my grades show for it. When school comes out, I go home, and if I'm not hanging out with my friends, I am playing on the newly released Nintendo Entertainment System. I am trying to get a very high score on Super Mario Brothers.
All right. So,
I forgot to add something. My grandmother does live with us.
okay, so you
And
got...
That's why she's my anchor.
I gotcha. Is it
It's
mom's mom or
it's my
dad's mom? Mom's mom? Okay.
Yeah, I forgot to add that.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Cool. So back to Börje. Any siblings? Or
Nope, I'm an
child?
only child.
Only child. Got it. Okay. Mom and dad are both still in the picture, it sounds like. Dad's a early riser
Yes,
along with
and
you.
he goes to work.
Okay. So you live pretty close to school.
So I can just walk there. I
Yeah.
don't have to take the bus.
Gotcha. Cool. Let me borrow dice here. Or
Here, I'm not using this
using
set.
this? Okay. So I'll set like a waypoint here. Let's see here. That's north. This is Walker. So that right there, the green die, is actually where Princeton Junior High School is. So one of the other cool things for Börje is that Princeton Junior High School is about a block or two from the Princeton Public Library as well.
Oh.
So even when like the school is closed, there's like a token computer lab, and computers becoming like way more popular as well, especially given the technology advances coming from the loop. And that's about the time where everyone started getting like Apple IIs. Like everybody's getting like the Apple II
Yeah.
labs and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
So the schools especially, and there's probably like one or two in the library, and they're kind of like learning how to get like card catalogs and stuff on there. But the school's definitely going to be a good place to be able to do that type of thing. So the four of you are going to school on this early out day. And kids are already wired for sound anyway because it's an early out day, and the ones that are there really don't want to be there because like attendance is poor. A lot of kids are like, why bother? We're going to be here for 3 hours. We're not going to learn anything. And, you know, the parents just kind of relented and let that happen. In this particular case, you all wanted to get together because you knew that later on it's going to be like, you know, a movie night. So, so what do you guys do at school? You meet up at lunch, whatever they call it, when, you know, you get out of class like immediately after eating on this day, or?
Was the computer lab near the library?
Sure.
Yeah, because, I mean, I'd hang out near the library.
Yeah.
It's not like he'd be near the
Yeah.
computer
I
lab.
can, I can imagine a scenario where like it might possibly be the same room. Or like at the very least just on this annex where like you have to go through
Some
the library
computers
to
set up
get to
in
the
the
computer.
corners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't like hanging out with people, so I tend to stay in the library and just sit and draw.
Well, it is middle school, and you know books are a natural allergen for kids between 12 and 15. So, you know, it'd be pretty you would be pretty secluded by going there. Also pretty quiet and not a lot of like authority presence, so very likely that the Walkman wouldn't get like confiscated.
Got like hood up or something. And I got like my color. I got my color pops. I'm sort of like,
You've got the long curly hair over the one ear piece,
Yeah.
and you like the shaved part you got like tucked in the shoulder as deep as you can get it.
yeah.
So you all are in the library, kind of, you know, it's on that break, and I imagine that anytime you guys hang out, it's probably going to be to go to Marianne's house, and Marianne's mother's probably just pleased that you have friends, so she's probably very fine with just having
She
people
very
over.
readily picks us up from school,
And
like all of you guys.
I imagine at this point the whole co-ed aspect of it doesn't bother her either. This is probably fights that you've had previously, or even if it is fights, or again, Marianne's mom might just be like, "Oh, friends, I don't even care. Let's just." It's
Exactly.
the '80s, but oh well, I'll be progressive mom for '80s.
Whenever she rolls around, I know she's gonna be there trying to like flop my hair over until the middle part. Just sort of.
Make yourself presentable.
So
She'll never know.
this is a big secret. So you all are having a nice little sit down, kind of planning like, okay, we want to have a movie night. Kind of tough to do right now. But one of your other an acquaintance of yours, comes in the library, and we'll see. They'll come up to Torvi. It's like, hey, Torvi, you like horror movies?
Oh man, it's not really my thing.
Oh.
I mean, like, if you can get some good puppetry work in there, that's cool. But like,
Oh man. Now let me tell you, have you seen listen, this movie, American Werewolf in London.
yeah, I've actually been wanting to see that. No, I haven't seen it yet. I
Yeah.
heard the effects are pretty spot on.
Yeah, like there's some good puppet work in there. Let me tell you. I got a copy. And I'm looking to see, I bought it off someone, right? And I'm looking to maybe get like, I don't know, $3-4 for it.
I mean,
Like, it's a super good movie. I mean, I'm just looking like, I already watched it. I don't even want to watch it again. It's good. I'm telling you, it's a good movie.
could you do like 3? Because like I could ask if my friends have anything crazy.
Yeah. Hey, you got 3?
I mean, like, hang on a second. Stay, hang on.
Yeah. Cool.
I go over to these guys. I'm like,
You're not doing drugs, are you? I mean, I just.
oh, shut up, man.
Okay.
Anybody got like $1?
Oh yeah, I got it.
Okay, thanks, man. Okay, I think I'm gonna get a movie, guys, for us tonight. Okay,
What kind of movie?
it's a good movie.
I don't.
So come over, and this guy, his name's Bobby. And it's like, so yeah, you got the money.
Yeah, I mean, like, does this tape work? It's not gonna be like home
No, it
video.
works. Yeah, I even rewound it. Like, Jesus, what do you think I am, a monster?
Just telling you, man.
Listen, if it don't work, I'll give you your $3 back next week. Like,
All right.
it works. I just watched it last week. It worked fine.
All right. Cool, man.
Okay. Cool. So, yeah, you get handed a VHS tape, and it's not one of the like official VHS tapes. Like, it's obviously a copy. It's got like the label on it, and someone has written American Werewolf in Paris.
There's so much static.
Yeah, and
Grainy.
And-
Probably a baby video in the beginning.
it cuts in.
Yep.
It cuts into it.
oh, Bobby's gonna take his first day, and now we bring you American Werewolf.
That's it.
Yeah,
how it
that's
goes.
exactly what
They
it is.
recorded it in EP.
Do you, Sharon, take Joseph as your and now we coming to Disney VHS.
Limited commercial breaks.
So, this is a pretty hot score considering like the video store's been out. Plus, American Werewolf in London, it's a pretty new movie. Like, it must have just hit VHS like recently. So, like, you got a new movie in a town where the video store was closed, and yeah, it's on a copied VHS, but it's something. You all wanted a movie night. Let's watch a horror movie. All right, cool.
Torvi, what kind of movie did you get?
It's American Werewolf in Paris, man. This just came out. This is gonna be awesome to watch in the Shack in the Woods, man.
Werewolf?
In Paris?
Yeah.
How could... You know what? Never mind.
Okay, this isn't going to be like a big scary movie or anything, is it?
I mean, like, I don't know. I've never seen it.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
I
That's
mean,
all.
like, you
no,
can
I mean, I'll
sit-
be cool.
You can
no,
sit
I'll be
behind
cool.
me if you're
It'll be good.
scared. Like,
I just, that's legal, right?
what are they gonna do? Arrest us? 14, 13.
I don't know. Okay.
Laser, there's 10, man.
I'm actually 12.
Sorry, dude.
And I turn it around, there's like a big bloody mouth werewolf. Like, yeah, werewolf. And then I just go back.
I'm sure if you just, like, research it, you can demystify yourself before we
Look,
watch
I
it.
know what a werewolf is, okay?
Yeah, I just showed him.
I've known what a werewolf is. Jeez. Come on, guys. I'm not like a complete... I'm not sheltered here.
What's wrong with sheltered?
No, nothing's wrong with sheltered laser. It's completely fine.
Oh, okay.
All right, fine. Let's watch it.
All right.
Okay. So, the end of the day comes pretty early. Marianne's mom picks you all up, brings you to the house. I don't think Marianne's mom got the memo that you guys have already had lunch, but there is lunch available for you
Oh,
at the house.
She is there prepared with like a
I'll grab
big,
snacks.
lots of snacks because she knows that we're going to be doing stuff out in our cabin, but not knowing it's movie night. Because she would be completely against that.
She would want to know what the movie was,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Knowing movies are
that's
kind of a
what it
thing, she might have been part of the PTA.
it's possible. So you're in a vehicle, and and Marianne's mom's trying to have a conversation. So, what are you kids going to get up to tonight?
Oh, we're just going to go into the Dragon's Lair, and I'm going to draw everybody.
Well, that sounds nice. That's
Yeah, I'm going to give them, like, all different colored hair and make them look all futuristic, like how those guys will drive around on those flying cars and stuff.
What's
Like-
wrong with my regular hair?
But your hair is just normal.
What's wrong with that?
Don't be so
honey, there's
sensitive,
nothing
Lindsay.
wrong with normal. Boris is right. It's
Mom, it's Börje.
yeah, or Jorge.
Look, just call him Laser. It's easier, and it's kind of what he likes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
Laser is right, honey. There's nothing wrong with normal. It's okay to just be
I wear
normal.
sweats, Mom. I don't need to be all fancy.
Sweats
Just
are
like you
for like the
said.
gym, honey. Like you need to. I
But you
picked out
told
that
me
dress
to
for
just-
you.
Oh God, here they go
Everything,
again.
and
Oh,
with
no.
the
Just
jewelry.
so I could be normal.
I've got the
I want to-
necklace
I want to
and
wear
the
sweats,
earrings
Mom.
for you, and they
Mom,
look
I'm in
so
Treasure
nice.
Mountain.
Your
I'm in
grandma
Treasure
says you
Mountain.
look so beautiful.
This is why I go
with
grandma.
So it's super awkward for you. Three people in the car.
Play.
Torvi checked out 5 minutes ago.
Headphones go in. Torvi checks out.
Torvi has like headphones on, just like.
Well, this just
I'm like
glide
already
here.
rummaging through my bag of books.
The dictionary. Let's learn the G section.
See, you like Mills because he's the smart. He likes to read books, and you like Börje because he's smart. But then you always get on to me.
Honey, you're smart. It's just, sometimes there's nothing wrong with normal is all.
Yeah. Whatever, Mom.
And just the awkward, mom makes like, she looks back like, like, you guys know, right? Like, you understand that this plight,
Smile
this
awkwardly.
recalcitrant daughter of mine, babe.
Can't hear anything, but I'm like,
You nod.
I see the look for approval.
Torvi,
nod down to him.
Torvi's got it figured. There's like one of 3 things the mom asked, and she's probably safe by nodding yes.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. You use the bathroom? Oh, yeah. So you make it to the house. She's got little, like the tea sandwiches, like little just, cut in triangles and everything, and different lunch meats and spreads and stuff. And she's got drinks out, like, I think like seltzer water. And
because she knew it was an
Sand
early
Pellegrini,
out day,
yeah.
she did the whole sherbet with the Sprite thing.
okay, so she did like punch.
Yes. You
Okay.
know the sherbet with the Sprite thing.
Seriously, Marianne, what does your dad do?
I don't care. He's off all the time, and I'd never see him.
I mean, I love coming here. Your mom feeds me great. Don't get me wrong, but I just
She feeds you because she wants me to like her.
Torvi waits till people aren't.
I'm
like,
okay
paying
with that.
attention And just like grabs a plate. Sand cucumber sandwiches.
And then, of course, the mom's like, drink some of the sherbet!
You can drink sherbet?
yeah.
You
got
you dip it.
Oh.
And you pour it in the cup.
Spoon's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
Go
it's
too
punch,
fast 'cause you
then
get
drink
like
it.
headache in your brain.
Yeah, don't
Okay.
get the. Oh, there it is.
Stick your tongue in the roof of your mouth.
Börje has his first experience with a brain freeze from indulging in the host's recipe way too quickly. So we run into a problem here where you want to have movie night, you need to have it in a cabin. Very unlikely you've got like a TV VCR setup in the cabin.
No, it's mostly for drawing.
Yeah. So, and there's an issue where like mom may not want to be having like, this horror movie in the house. So how are we going to pull this off?
Oh, hey, my brother said he's not going to be back till late. We could crash at my place.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Do
Yeah,
you
I mean, no
have-
one's there.
Do you have a VCR and TV?
Yeah. I mean, I think I can work it.
Torvi's like, I mean, this is a VHS, right? Like, it's not one of like. There's
not-
only one kind,
Yeah. It's not a Laserdisc player.
EVA or anything
Like the mini cassettes.
like. Yeah, like I'm just making sure because I'm not really.
I don't know what any of those are. Okay.
I don't know. My mom.
See, this is why I like books. They come in one size.
It might be hard to get my mom to take us over there because you know how protective she is.
How far away are you from here?
I actually live near the school.
I'm on the
I
outskirts.
walk in
You
walking
live near.
distance.
Okay, so both of you kind of live near the school.
Yeah.
Which is very easy. It's a very heavily residential area, so you don't even have to be like neighbors. You could be several blocks down, still be like close to the school. We've determined you're in the city somewhere.
Yeah, just probably around them would even be fine. Just
Okay. However, Marianne is kind of like in a very residential, or not like a rural area. Probably like, so Marianne, if you look kind of where like the hill of your left hand is, kind of like in that open area.
Like right here.
Yeah, or maybe even further like towards me. Like
Like over
that
here?
kind of like sprawl there might be closer to what you're looking at.
Probably down, I would say probably down Kirby Avenue because there's, yes, I know. Probably about down Kirby Avenue because it seems like there's the sewer treatment plant. They got there's a lot of land around there, and
That's true.
They bought out that land around it because nobody wants it,
Yeah.
and that's how they were able to get so much land.
Probably
So,
smells.
No, it doesn't, because that's on the outskirts of our property.
okay, so you got property kind of in that area. Everywhere else is like sort of clustered around like the middle school. Feels like walking distance. So yeah, that's the shtick. Like, she's probably going to be okay with everybody else like just going home, but you run into this issue where Marianne might have a time trying to get out of the house. It might require some convincing.
Probably require talking to my grandma, because she kind of keeps my mom in line. Because I've always connected with my grandma. She's the one who taught me how to draw.
Okay, so
I mean, we could sneak you out. How tall is the wall around this place?
do we have our
There's a
bikes?
pretty big fence line around this place. It's like 8 foot tall,
Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
but it's a chain link fence.
Let me crunch some numbers.
you're also running into this issue where like you're going to have to get out of the house. I mean, so what we're looking at is you could try to convince your mother to let you go to the other friend's house. to do something, whatever it might be, that would require like a charm roll. How protective is your mother?
Overbearing, protective. I'm the single, like I'm the only child, and she's very protective of me because even though like they have a lot of money, Dad's always out of the picture, like working for his company, so she's almost raised me as a single mom.
Gotcha.
It feels like that.
Okay,
But
so
Grandma keeps her in line.
all right. So I would almost say that this would be an extremely difficult check that would take 2 successes. So someone could try to charm or do something else to try to, draw this out of her. And success would be you were able to get Marianne out of the house. Failure means that she's just going to say, no, you can't. Marianne can't leave. So somebody want to try to put some charm on, see if they can get Marianne's mom to relent.
I'm not very charming.
I've got 0 charm.
So do I.
So what you'll do with your charm is you'll actually roll your charm plus your heart.
Oh,
So-
my heart is very good.
Yeah, so any of the stats that are below your attribute, you add those numbers together for your dice pool.
Oh, yeah,
And-
my heart is really good. It's a 5.
I will go ahead and try and help her.
Okay.
So
So aiding
she'll get an extra.
adds was it 1 or 2 dice?
Just 1, I think.
1, okay. So what will happen is that Mills will kind of like try to assist you with this check and assure her that, the house is fine and, it's safe and all
Oh,
this
yeah,
stuff.
Jonathan's going to be there. It's going to be fine. We're just going to, have a nice evening hanging out. Just, a little change of venue, just something different.
So you'll make a charm check. You'll get an extra dice.
So how many dice do I roll?
So what's
it's
your
5.
5? So start with 5.
Okay.
Your charm is 0, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You take an extra 1
From-
because Mills is assisting. And the penalty for assisting is like you share in the fate, which it's fine because like it's still the same like consequence regardless. So yeah, you can go ahead and roll those. So we're looking for 6s.
1 6.
Okay, so that's not enough to succeed. Now here's what we can do. Now, there are ways to reroll dice to try to push this, okay? So you can use luck, which you don't have any. If you can use your pride in any way, you can get an extra success. Or you can mark a condition. So the conditions are upset, scared, exhausted, or injured.
Upset.
Okay.
I'm extremely... Mom, you never let me do anything. You always make me stay here and you make my friends come to here. Just let me go to a friend's house for once. His older brother is like 16 years older than him. He's like an adult and he takes care of him and he does a good job. And then I start crying.
Okay. So go ahead and mark upset on your conditions.
Okay.
And you are going to re-roll all of the dice that didn't succeed. So you keep that 1 success. You get to re-roll all of those.
No. Oh, wait,
No.
yes. Yes, I got a 6.
Okay.
I was like, oh.
So, so Marianne turns on the waterworks, and it tugs on, and like you feel like she may have like gone a little overboard with it. Like it's not fake tears anymore. She's dredging stuff up from when she was 4. Like she's really pulled deep
Marianne,
from.
I think that's enough. I think that's good. Yeah.
Like it's ugly crying right now.
Mom, you never let me do anything.
You'll be fine.
Honey, it's okay. It's okay. It's
Just let me go to my
You can go to your
friends.
friends.
Let's go.
Just please compose yourself before I take you to your friend's house. Oh my God. Grandma's yelling like, what's all that racket? Mom, it's nothing. I've got it under control. Is that Marianne? Yes. No, it's fine. Marianne's fine. I've got it under control. It's just
Fine.
Just go to the bathroom, get yourself cleaned up, wash your face, and I'll put out a dress for you in case you want.
Sweats.
Okay, well that's fine, I guess.
It's kind of raining out there.
Exactly.
Well, we've got.
Börje knows.
I'll get some umbrellas for you kids. So you all.
That's mighty nice, Mrs. Marianne.
Thank you.
Nope. Oh, Mrs. Marianne. Okay, so my mom's name is Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I meant Jennifer. She goes by Jen.
Thank you,
Bye,
Mrs. Jen.
kids.
All right, we're establishing universe here. Jennifer, Marianne's mom, loads the car back up. You guys stay relatively dry with the covered garage and everything, and you all load back up. She takes you back towards the school, over to Mill's house. So. Ambient music provided by Tabletop Audio. Original 10-minute ambiances and music for games and stories. Find out more at tabletopaudio.com.